Alright guys, it's time for our 1 month update on this current test we're doing on the channel. So we have this test panel with 4 different products. So the Ethos Resist, 303 graphene coating, turtle wax, graphene infused flex wax, and Bowden's own bead machine. So there's a couple of videos for you guys to catch up on if you haven't seen them. They're in a playlist linked below, but that's what we've done is we've applied all 4 products in little sections and I've written down where each one is with the Ethos, 303, turtle wax, and the Bowdens. And we're just basically washing weekly. Panel is living outside in the sun, in the rain. It's pretty dirty this time. A lot of hot days and a couple of rainy days as well. So getting a good mix of weather, and every week we bring it back in, we wash it, and we see how they're all lasting. So we've currently got 1 month in. This product here, which is our current winner in the test that we did previously, it lasted around 3 months before we saw any real signs of it start to fail. And then about 4 months we called it about done. So we know it should last about that long. Some of these products are claiming to last, I think we got 6 months from the Ethos, 1 year from the 303, and no claim from the turtle wax. So yeah, we're going to wash it and basically check how everything's looking. So what we'll do first, we'll just give it a quick rinse. So just at the rinse stage, you see a clear difference between a few of them, but could be just dirt involved. So I'll give it our wash. Got some CarPro Reset, which is what I always use for these tests. And just a quick, easy going over with the mitt. Alright, that's all we'll need. And now we'll rinse that off. And let's give it a very thorough rinse. Make sure we get all the residue off. Alright guys, 3rd time's a charm. SD card stuffed up. First time I did this part, and the second time I tried it with the garage door open, and the light was so hard to see with the sort of light coming in. You know, it just, yeah, need to just have the garage door closed for these tests, it seems. So try playing around with it. I think this is the best way to do it, and you can see it the best. So we've done the wash. We're going to do the rinse for a 3rd time basically. So sorry, the sheeting test. So starting off with the Bowdens. As you can see, basically impossible to completely flood, and the water just disappears. So yep, that water is already dry. Moving on to the turtle wax. It is easier to flood. Still not like easy, it is sheeting as I'm trying to flood it. But the water starts to sheet away, running up the panel to the opposite of gravity basically, and going across there. So yeah, that also pretty decent. I mean, not great, a lot slower than the Bowdens was, but it dried at least. Coming over now to the 303, and so you can see absolutely no problems flooding that section at all. And we've got a little water slowly sheeting off, starting at the bottom here. So it is definitely a lot slower. You know what I'll do? I'll just do these both at the same time, the Ethos and the 303, just because might make things a little bit easier because they're both very slow. After doing this a couple of times, this is going to take quite a while for them both to completely dry. So now we've lost that little section that was starting to sheet on the 303. So both haven't really done much so far. Okay, so there goes the 303 starting from its tape line up here. It's actually not doing anything. Slowly, okay. You guys probably can't see that. I think I'm gonna have to take this little light off. Yeah, 303 barely moving. What I'm gonna do, what I found actually helps, is just tapping it to get the water started. So yeah, that actually started something. So there we go. So we've got pretty, it's a weird way to do it, but it does make the water start sheeting by just touching it with your dry finger. So yeah, both very slow. But 303 a little bit quicker from what I've seen and from the last few attempts that I've filmed this. So yeah, there we go. There's our flood test. These two are closer, but a clear first place for the Bowdens. It is, water is just gone. As you can see, it is basically near impossible to completely flood, and the water just runs straight off. Turtle wax, you know, not quite as quick, so even if I don't try and flood the entire section, but just spray some water on, you look at the difference that way. So yeah, turtle wax in a second. Looking like the 303 and Ethos pretty much even. And we'll just do the same thing. A little bit of water on them. Yeah, I'd say those two basically tied, but not in a good way. They're not looking great. So yeah, there we go. That's the sheeting test done. So at a month, Bowden's still looking really good. Turtle wax, not great, I'll be honest, at 1 month. We've seen better from other products, but it's better than their ceramic spray, I think, at the 1 month level. And the 303 and Ethos, I think I'm actually getting better results from some of the quick detailers. So not great from those two, but it is what it is. If you guys like those products and you're getting better results, that's good. Okay, panel is dry. So now it's going to mist over the entire thing. Try and get some decent amount on there. All right, let's bring the camera in. So having a look at the Bowden Zone bead machine. So yep, the beads still super nice. Don't think I see any change from the week before, maybe. Actually, yeah, they're not quite as perfect as they were, but yeah, really nice. Bead still super repellent. This is the turtle wax now, so it's definitely not looking as good as it did last week. So the beads aren't as nice as they were. Just quickly why I'm talking about the shape of the beads, whether they're perfectly round. So that's, where have we got a section here? So, okay, let's look at the tape section here. That's like untouched paint, that's just been polished where the tape was. So you can see though, basically they're not round at all. So that's basically what it's gonna look like when there's no protection, when it's misted on or lightly rains. Here's what it looks like when it is protected with the turtle wax at 1 month. So obviously it's a lot better, but it started off looking more like the Bowdens, and over time it's starting to turn into the not as impressive, not nice round sort of the tape section. So that's what we're kind of watching the difference, because they all started off looking, you know, like this, or better than this even. Coming over to the 303, it's probably didn't get as much water. So okay, there we've got a little bit more. You can see, yeah, it's had a bit of a step down. Have you actually, this section here, the bit of water ran down off, so I'll try not to show that and count that. But yeah, you can see that it isn't in the same sort of class as the first two, which was the same story with the sheeting. And lastly, the Ethos, Basically the same story again, spray a little bit more. So yeah, you can see they sort of go more like the tape or the untouched section down here. So what I'll do is I spread a little bit more onto the other two. So I'll do the same for the turtle wax and the Bowdens. So yeah, spraying more into the Bowdens, you can see it just starts to run off. So holding the hose on, letting go, that water instantly disappears. So watch where the water is hitting as I let go of the hose. It just instantly runs straight off. For the turtle wax, you can see that it actually takes a few seconds before it starts to run off. 303, and a little bit slower again. And the Ethos, the same sort of thing, nice and slow like the 303. So yeah, there we go. That's the beads. And we'll just go over the top sections where now there's a lot of larger beads. So that's the Bowdens, that's the turtle wax. So both looking pretty good from those two, but definitely we got better from the Bowdens. That's the 303 and the Ethos. And lastly, what I might do, I've already done it once off camera, but I will just quickly get my blow dryer, turn that on. I'm just going to run over each section. So the Bowdens. Okay, so there we go. As we were drying it, you could see a clear difference again. Same story all the way through. This section from the Bowdens, this section from the turtle wax, the water doesn't stick at all. As you apply the blow dryer, it just pushes the water straight off. And then with these two end ones, the water sort of sticks, and you can see it sort of sticking and slowly gets rid of it. So that's just basically if you were driving along the motorway, got some rain, and you kept driving, the rain stopped. These two sections, the water is just going to run straight off, whereas these, your car will still be a little bit patchy and wet when you get to your destination. So sort of mimicking that, I guess. But yeah, that is all we had to show for today. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're enjoying these, let me comment down below. And yeah, I'd appreciate that. If you haven't already subscribed, definitely go down and click that subscribe button. Plenty more videos like this to come, more tests of different products coming once this one ends, and also some more product review tests. I just need to basically find the time to film some of those. I probably shouldn't have tried to do 2 panel tests at once, because now I have to film 2 of these a week for the different tests. But yeah, once one of these ends, it'll be a bit easier. I'll try and do some more product tests and reviews. So if you guys want to see anything, try it out and then leave me a comment down below, let me know what that is. And yeah, with all that said, until next time, I will catch you guys later.